Take it from me, second time giving birth, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I got it pretty spot on first time around. I feel like I managed to pack just enough that I felt comfortable. I had a few options of things to wear, but I didn't have tons of luggage, and I actually used 90% of the things I'd packed in my hospital bag. So I'm very much following the same model that I did for the first time around when I was in labour. Remember to check out the hospital bag checklist in the description box. Hi lovelies and welcome, it's Funto here. So I can't believe I'm already 31 weeks pregnant. I'm just at the end or coming to the end of my 31st week. So I thought this is a perfect time to start packing my hospital bag. Now this may seem early, but trust me, it does take a while to figure out exactly what you'll need. And it also takes a while just to assemble everything and actually get it in your case and by your front door or in your boot ready to go. So I do recommend starting well in advance. Start at the beginning of third trimester and give yourself the time to get everything packed. And then you have the peace of mind that you're good to go and ready to go if baby does show up early, which is what happened to me. I just had to jump in to mention this at the beginning. The most important thing to pack in your hospital bag are your medical notes. So this is the most important document that you need for labour, and it's the first thing that should be in your mind when you think about your hospital bag. Now, of course, labour still is a while away and I still need my notes, but I am keeping them right at the front of my door alongside my hospital bag, so when the time comes, I do not forget them. So in terms of the actual bag that I'm using for my hospital bag, I've just gone for a small hand luggage sized suitcase because it's on wheels, it's very, very easy to maneuver around, and I like the structure of it. And of course, you know me, I've packed everything into packing cubes, so everything fits nicely. It's very well organized and easy for me or my husband or my mum, who will probably be with me as well. Very easy for all of us to navigate through that luggage. I've also packed one extra bag which will have in it snacks and some bits for my husband and other bits of tech or random things. So baby and I are sharing the small hand luggage, and then my husband will have another bag of his own, and together it's all quite compact. I'm quite happy, just 2 bags, nice and simple. Of course, you're going to need nappies and wipes. You don't need tons, just 1 pack of wipes is plenty, and I've packed here 10 nappies, which is also plenty. I've also packed a couple of nappy sacks just to make disposing of any dirty nappies a bit easier. When it comes to packing baby clothes, the main thing to consider is the season that you're giving birth in. So first time round, I gave birth in October. So I packed my little one an undergrow, a sleep suit, and also made sure that she had a cardigan, a hat and mittens. The first layer you'll need is a baby grow. This is just a great basic layer to keep baby nice and cozy. I've packed 2 of these. I don't think I'll get through much more than that. I've opted for sleep suits as baby's primary outfit to wear for going home because it's just super comfy and it's also the most practical option, but they can still be cute. I think these ones are cute. I've packed 3 sleep suits. So one is going to be a going home outfit, and then I've got 2 sleep suits in different sizes because I'm not sure how big baby will be. This time around, I haven't packed mittens because the sleep suits that I've got actually fold over on the sleeve, which mean that I can use that to double over her hands as mittens. Even though my baby is being born in summer, I'm bringing a hat just in case it is a bit cooler or breezy that day. And a hat is something they always recommend to put on baby immediately after birth to help regulate their temperature and to keep them nice and warm. Muslins. I have used muslins so much throughout having my little one, so I'm definitely packing 2 muslins with me. One is small, so this can act as a burp cloth or a very small wrap or just a surface that I can use to lay baby down on. I'm also taking a large muslin with me, and the main reason I'm taking this is because it's fantastic for swaddling. I'd also recommend considering a cellular blanket. These are the kinds of blankets that they will give your baby to sleep in the hospital, which is why I picked up a pair of them. A washcloth. So I didn't take this first time around, and I wish I had something to gently clean baby's face. Standard practice in hospitals is not to actually bathe the baby in the hospital, but I'm not gonna lie, my daughter was covered in all sorts after birth, as you can imagine, and so I just wish I had a nice clean baby washcloth that I could use warm water to just mop it down. This one is made from bamboo, so it's super soft and it should be nice and gentle on baby's skin. Just a note to say that what you'll need to feed your baby after birth depends on how you plan to feed your baby. So if you are bottle feeding, then yes, of course, you will need to bring some bottles and some formula if that's how you will be feeding them. On to toiletries and some postpartum essentials. I've got everything very nicely packed away in this wash bag. A peri bottle. So if you don't know what this is, trust me, you're gonna need it. It's basically a bottle with a long neck that is very helpful when you're going to the bathroom for the first few times postpartum. Sanitary items. So of course, after birth, there will be lots of bleeding and there's a few different options that you can go for. I actually opted for incontinence pants as well as some large pads. And initially I wasn't sure which I'd prefer, which I'd feel most comfortable in. So I bought a little bit of everything and I packed a little bit of everything with me. And I'm really glad I did that because it just gave me options. And for me, I just really wanted to feel comfortable. So I'm glad I gave myself that choice then, and I'm definitely going to do it again now. I've also packed a selection of pads, and to go with those pads, I've also got specific underwear that I bought for postpartum. So I just bought a pack of super cheap but comfortable cotton full briefs. These were great first time around. They made me feel very comfortable and secure, and they were large enough to take the massive pads. Cooling pads and cooling mist. Now, these are recommended everywhere, and the main benefit is just to give as much TLC as you can to your nether regions because it can be a lot. So other bits and bobs I have in here are painkillers. They do provide it at the hospital, but I bought a little extra just in case I wanted to have it on demand as and when I want it. I've of course packed some other toiletries like toothbrushes for both my husband and I. And I've also got my small size toiletries for bathing, brushing my teeth, all those kind of basic hygiene things. For my hair, I've got a hairband. And I'm not actually packing much else for my hair. I plan to have my hair similarly already in some sort of a blowout. So I've just taken a tangle teaser with me. So if I need to give my hair a quick brush, a quick freshen up, I've got that. Now, the last thing that I have in here, I think is one that is down to personal preference. I feel like people have strong feelings on it, but honestly, my motto is whatever makes you feel comfortable is absolutely what you should go for. So I have packed a little bit of makeup. If I do have a bit of time on my hands and I do just want to freshen up a bit with my eyebrows and my lashes, then I have a little bit of makeup with me. So onto clothing and things that I've packed for myself. Of course, in another cute little packing cube. I would say arguably one of the most important things to take are a pair of flip-flops. Trust me, you don't want to underestimate these because after birth, that first shower is interesting and there's a lot that goes on. So it felt good to have a pair of waterproof flip-flops that I could shower in and also just dry my feet off and wear afterwards out of the shower. In terms of clothing, I'm keeping it very simple and very comfortable. So I've got something to sleep in, a dressing gown. I loved having a dressing gown with me the first time around. It is nice to have something just to cover up with, something that I can quickly wrap myself up in, especially if I'm wearing short pajamas and I just want a little bit of cover. I've packed myself one set of loungewear, so I've just gone for a simple black t-shirt and black cycle shorts. That's the main consideration, something that's comfortable and easy to feed in. I've also packed myself a nice summer dress, and this is going to be my going home outfit. So it's something that's a bit nicer to wear if I feel like it. If not, I've got my loungewear, which is also just as comfortable, and I'd be happy to go home in that. A nursing bra. I am just going to go ahead and wear a nursing bra from the jump because it's super comfortable. This one that I have has no wire and I do intend to breastfeed, so I want to be prepared for that from the get-go. So on to my second bag, which is more for my husband and other bits of tech and gear. It's quite a handy one because it's also got straps, so it can be a rucksack. So I think this will be really nice and easy to carry and to transport around the hospital. And it's also got handles, so it can be held like a handbag. So he has the pleasure of having the snacks and food with him in his bag. Along with flip-flops, something I'd say is absolutely essential is a water bottle. So this is the exact same bottle that I used first time around in labour, and I had it with me at home and also in the hospital. And it's really important to make sure you stay hydrated during the birthing process. An energy drink. So I'm packing 2 bottles of Lucozade. I packed this first time around and I'm packing it again because, as I mentioned, it's good to have that bit of an energy boost, and the midwives did offer me some juice to try and give me that. I don't know what happened to the Lucozade at the time. I just remember I didn't end up drinking it, but obviously I needed something to give me a little bit of a boost, which is why they gave me the juice. So I'm definitely packing this one and making sure that it's very quick and accessible to hand so that if I need that energy boost, I can have it. Speaking of energy, I have packed some labour snacks. I gave birth in the birth centre part of the hospital, so I was absolutely free to snack and eat as I wish. And so having some cereal bars to hand was really, really handy. These were also great for immediately after birth. After birth, they did offer us some tea and some toast, and we did end up ordering a delivery meal. But in that interim, it was nice to have some snacks just to keep us going. For my husband, I've just packed him a super simple pack with a change of clothes in it, some spare underwear, socks. His socks got destroyed last time and very soggy, so he'll be pleased to know I've packed him 2 pairs this time. I've gone ahead and packed my toddler a case as well. This is just a change of clothes, some nappies, a toothbrush, some toothpaste, some lotion, some shower gel. So super basic things. So I have this bag to hand whenever I go into labour that we can give whoever's taking care of her, most likely her grandparents. We can give them this bag and it's ready for her to go. So I have a little bag here with other bits of tech and birth-related bits and bobs that are going to be handy. Firstly, an electric fan. So this was actually super handy, and it's something that was recommended when I was looking at blogs and watching other videos of people giving birth. And I did actually get quite a lot of use out of this, and because I'm giving birth in summer, I think I just might need it even more. Headphones. I have packed my headphones with me. I didn't use them first time around because I really thought music would be a really big part of my labour, but I was just so in the zone, and my husband and I just kind of did our thing, super zoned out. I didn't end up playing music, but I do want the option. Cameras. I'm all for documenting the birth process, and first time around we also took a Polaroid camera with some spare film, and I just really like that option. Granted, it's not an essential, it's just a nice thing to have. While we're on tech, I have absolutely taken a power bank with me just because there are plugs in the hospital, but this is just a lot more convenient. I've also packed an iPhone cable, one that my husband and I can share. I doubt we'll both need to charge our phones at the same time, but any cables that I need or batteries that I need for my cameras, I've also packed that in here. A couple of birth related items, nipple cream. So I've packed nipple cream with me this time. I think the first time around I didn't use this until I'd gotten home from the hospital, but just because I know how raw things can get and how damaged nipples can get early on, I've decided to bring this with me to the hospital. Lip balm. So this is actually very handy, and it's something that was recommended when I was watching other people's videos about their labour. They were saying that they experienced very dry lips from the gas and air. Gas and air is something that I used first time around. I do plan to use gas and air again, so I'm bringing this just in case I do feel that cracked or dryness. I just don't want that discomfort, so it's good to have lip balm on hand. Combs. So I mentioned this in my labour story for the first time around, so if you haven't seen that, you might want to check that one out. But these are actually a really interesting and quite effective method of pain relief, loosely speaking. I think it's kind of something that works along the lines of acupressure. So it's a very interesting method and actually effective. So I'm definitely going to be using it again. So there's a few things that I'm going to pack last minute, and I've made a note of them on my phone so that I'm ready to grab them and go when labour does start. And my plan is to have as many of them kind of sitting close to the front door as possible. So my small camera, I still use that, and I will be using it between now and labour. So I will keep that in a place that's close to the front door, along with batteries and any chargers I need. A pair of earrings, because I may not be wearing earrings, but for me, wearing earrings just makes me feel good. It makes me feel prettier. So I'm going to try and leave a pair of earrings by the front door as well. My headphones, I still use them day to day, so I don't want to pack them in my hospital bag just yet, but I want them to hand. A towel for the car ride to the hospital in case my water hasn't broken yet. Cash. So cash is actually quite an important one for the hospital. We needed £1 to be able to get a wheelchair to get me from the car to the birthing suite. So having some cash in hand in the car already and also on the side is a super handy one. And of course, very important, the car seat and buggy wheels. So I know that was a long one, but that's everything I've packed in my hospital bag. And I was really happy with the way things turned out first time around, and I'm hoping and praying that things are just as smooth second time around. I feel prepared. I feel like I've packed enough to make me feel ready for it. So yeah, now it's just about getting there, which is really exciting. If you've watched to the end, thank you so much, and please give this a thumbs up if it was helpful. If you're new around here, then consider subscribing to stay up to date with the rest of my journey and more videos like this one. I have lots more baby prep and labour related things to come, so do stick around, keep an eye out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!